Hey, this is Chris. Welcome to my guitar tutorial video. Today we're gonna learn how to play Rewrite by Asian Kung Fu Generation. 今回は Asian Kung Fu Generation の Rewrite を弾いてみましょう。Let's get started with the tuning. So we are in standard tuning: E, A, D, G, B, E, and we're in the key of E major. Tempo is around 179. Let's get started! Okay, so let's start with guitar 1. So if you just want to play the chords, or if you're the singer and want to play the guitar part as well, then you should definitely learn guitar 1 first. So let's try that out. It's basically chords, mostly power chords. At the intro, we're going to start with the C sharp power chord, and A major 9, and then B power chord, F sharp. So far we got okay, continuing on, we go back to the C sharp power chord, A major 9 again. We're gonna go to B power chord again, but instead of going to the 2nd position, we're gonna go to the 7th position B power chord. The reason why is we're going to go to the high E power chord, which is also on the 7th position. Okay, so the whole intro goes something like this. Okay, so right after that we go straight into the Vamp. This is what guitar 2 is playing. That's guitar 2 part, so I'm going to go over that a little bit later in the tutorial. So guitar 1, we're just going to be playing the chords while that's happening. So it's a A power chord for 2 bars. And then we're going to go to B power chord. And then E. So we're going to do that for a total of 2 times there. Okay, so the 2nd E power chord there, we're gonna play it a little bit earlier than the first time, and the 4th. So kind of anticipating that. So okay, so just be careful with that. So just a little bit of a variation there. So that's basically it for the beginning of the song. So if you're ready, let's move on to the verse. Okay, verse 1 for guitar 1. So actually guitar 1's not doing anything in the verse. If you're the singer and you're playing guitar 1, all you have to do is concentrate on the singing, and you're just going to take a break on playing the guitar. So guitar 2 is playing this arpeggio part. Something like that. And yeah, if you want to learn how to play that, just skip over to the guitar 2 part. Guitar 1 is not doing anything for verse 1, and just take a break, and then after that we're going to go back to the Vamp. So the Vamp, guitar 2 is doing. So the same chord progression as before for the Vamp. So if you remember, the Vamp is 2 bars of A, 1 bar of B, and 1 bar of E. Do that twice. So okay, and then right after that we go into verse 2. So verse 2, you could do this other guitar part that comes in verse 2. You wait 4 beats when the verse 2 happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do that for a few times, several times, until the very end of the verse, the 2nd verse. So this part, it's really low in the mix, so you might not hear it that well, but it's there, and it's a good way to kind of differentiate from verse 1 and verse 2. So right before or at the end of the verse 2, we're gonna do these E hits, so E power chord hits. So 5 times here. And then go straight to the chorus. So if you're ready, let's check out the chorus. Alright, let's check out the chorus. The first chorus for guitar 1. We're gonna start with these chords, A power chord, 2 bars, and E over G sharp chord here. 2 bars, and then B power chord, 2 bars again, and then E power chord, 2 bars. So it goes something like this. Actually do that one more time. So yeah, that's it for the chorus. It's pretty easy, just those 4 chords. So A power chord, E over G sharp, B, and then E. So those 4 chords, we do that about just 4 times, and then right after that we go right into the interlude and then the bridge, you know, this part. So yeah, if you're ready, let's check out the interlude and the bridge. Interlude. So guitar 1's not doing much here, but guitar 2, however, is doing that guitar melody thing. Okay, so when guitar 2 does that double stop part, that's when guitar 1 can join in and play E power chord right over that. So same rhythm. Alright, so that's basically it for guitar 1 interlude. And yeah, if you're ready, let's check out the bridge. Let's check out the bridge for guitar 1. So guitar 1's mostly just doing C sharp minor arpeggios here, but in a different order. It goes like, yeah, maybe a little bit cleaner tone. Maybe that's a little too clean, but you know, you get the picture. You want to be a little bit quieter in this section, kind of bring down the volume. You know, it's like a cool off period. So that's the beginning of the bridge. We do that for a very long time, like 32 bars or so. And then guitar 2, doing some sound effects perhaps, like using the C sharp minor pentatonic scale. You know, nothing too crazy, nothing too technical, just kind of guitar fills here and there. After those 32 bars or so, the vocals come in, and then there's a reggae beat that comes in right there, and that's when the singer comes in, and that's when we stop playing the C sharp minor 7 arpeggio thing. Then after about 8 bars or so, the drums will change to a more aggressive rock beat. So that's when we're going to play that as C sharp minor 7 arpeggio again. So it's actually different. We're gonna do. So technically the same notes, but the articulation is different. It's gonna be short, 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 short. Etc. etc. That's gonna be for 8 bars. And also, yes, the right hand part, I'm doing alternate picking, but I'm actually starting on the up. So it's like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But you could do down, up, down, up. It's fine if you do that. Down, up, down, up. So whatever you want, as long as you be consistent, then you won't get confused there. So just pick one that you like and just go for it. And right after that, drums get a little more aggressive, a little more louder. So that's when the articulations change from the short, 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 short to all long. So we're going from to this. that's how we end the bridge. So we're gonna go from C sharp power chord, and then we end with a E power chord hit. So, and that's the end of the bridge. So if you're ready, let's check out the last chorus. We're at the second chorus, or the last chorus of the song for guitar 1. And basically it's the same thing as the first chorus. So if you remember the chords for the first chorus, it's A, E over G sharp, B, and E power chord. It goes something like this. So we do that a total about 4 times or so, and after that we go into the outro, the ending, and the ending is actually pretty much the same as the intro. Actually at the end is a little bit different, but yeah, if you remember the intro, we start with the C sharp power chord, then we do this A major 9 chord, B power chord, and F sharp. So after that, we do that again, actually one more time. At the very end, just play the F sharp chord once, and then that's how we end the song. So yeah, very interesting actually. Normally you end a song with the 1 chord, or maybe the 6 chord, the relative minor of the song, but it ended with a minor 2 chord, so it kind of leaves you hanging. So I'm pretty sure, 100% sure, that it's done on purpose. It's like an artistic choice, because you want to kind of leave the audience hanging a little bit. Because if you end on a 1 chord, it's gonna sound a little too happy, which is the E major chord. Yeah, so if, let's say I end the song with the 1 chord, this is how it sounds like. Yeah, it sounds weird. It sounds way too happy, right? So let's try the minor 6 chord, which is a relative minor. So that's also somewhat common. So let's try that. That's a little bit too sad sounding, a little bit too somber sounding. Both options, make sense in a musical theory level, but yeah, it just doesn't sound right. I mean, if let's try it with the minor 2 chord. Yeah, it sounds better that way. Okay, so anyway, I just kind of want to have fun with that. Throw in a little music theory here and there just to kind of have fun and see how it sounds. And hopefully you learn something from that. Anyways, if you're ready, let's check out guitar 2. Guitar 2, so we're going to start with the intro. We're going to do these octaves, so F sharp, E to B, or 4th position, 2nd position to 9th position. So it looks easy, or it seems easy, but just be careful with this leap from the 2nd position to the 9th position, or the E to the B, because it's a pretty big jump. So what I recommend is have your eyes kind of anticipate the next move. So right after I hit the 2nd position, I look towards the 9th position, so I could eye the target before I play that. So if you could see my head like move here, my eyes are gonna move towards here right before I play this bar. So if I don't look at this right before, chances are I'm gonna mess up and hit a different note here. So that's what I do. Yeah. Something like that. So yeah, be careful with that. Make sure you're able to jump from here to here in a smooth way and be accurate. if you practice this a lot, many times, then you won't have to always babysit your left hand and always like look, you know, and anticipate all the time. But it helps a lot doing that way. Okay, so right after that, we get into the vamp. So that's when we're doing that guitar melody. So if you want to, you could add that harmony part, or you could just do a single note all throughout. Okay, so that's an important part there. It's kind of like a motif, like a guitar motif, so keep that in mind. If you're ready, let's check out the verse. Verse 1. So for guitar 2, verse 1, we're going to play these arpeggios here. We start with an A major 9 chord. Then we go to like an E over E major with a B bass note. And we end with an E chord. We're going to do this. So that's the pattern here. So let me do it a little bit slower. So we do that for the whole verse 1, and actually verse 2 is exactly the same until the very end. But yeah, so verse 1 we do that, and then we go back into the vamp. So the vamp, we're going to do that guitar melody again. Or you could end it with, sorry. Yeah, so it's up to you if you want to harmonize that part. And then we go to verse 2. So verse 2, like I said, same thing as verse 1. Okay, we do that for a few more times. And then we're going to end with E power chord right there. So you can go ahead and play the open E chord right there. And after that, we go into chorus 1. So if you're ready, let's check out chorus 1 for guitar 2 next. Let's check out chorus 1 for guitar 2. So we're going to be doing those octaves, the F sharp, E to B octaves, which is very similar to what happened during the intro. So like I said before, we're gonna try to anticipate the next move here. So have your eyes kind of anticipate the next move. So when you go from 4 to 2, that's okay, that's not too difficult. But when you go to 2 to 9, that's where you want to have your eyes kind of go to the target before you hit the target. So and then when you go from 9 to 4, you also want to look ahead. Literally look ahead to the 4th fret here. Okay, so we do that for several times here, and then when the singer stops singing, we're going to do these double stop parts here. And that's it for the chorus. So if you're ready, let's move on to the next part. Alright, so we're at the interlude for guitar 2. So it goes something like this. Okay, so this part. So it's like a variation to that guitar melody. So of course it's slightly different, and plus it's this time it's all palm muted. So yeah, it's a variation to that motif. So which is pretty interesting. So right hand, it's basically it's all downstrokes. So make sure the first 3 notes are single notes, in fact. And then when we slide to the 6th fret though, play both A and D string, or pick both A and D string. And then we're gonna do open A, and then when we have to do D4, D2, D4, we're gonna play that with an open A, or pick it with an open A. So and then etc, etc. So just be careful with that. If you have to, play it slower. So yeah, this is quite an important part. So definitely, if you have trouble with the speed, you want to slow it down and then gradually speed it up to the original tempo. Right after that, we get into the bridge. So the bridge, we're not doing much for guitar 2 because guitar 1's going to be doing this C sharp minor 7 thing. So here's your chance to kind of play around with your effects pedals maybe. The original recording, they were using a bunch of delay, maybe some reverb too. And playing wise, it was just kind of light single note stuff using the C sharp minor pentatonic scale, you know. You know, just kind of filling in the empty spaces here and there, but try not to go too crazy busy. You know, I don't think it's really meant as like a guitar solo, but just kind of like a sound effecty kind of thing, kind of like a cool down period for the songs. Yeah, I would try not to go too crazy on this part and just keep it light. Yeah, pretty much the whole thing. That's how it is for the bridge, really. Maybe just join in the last part of the bridge. And then of course join in on those hits too, and then that will lead to the last chorus, the second chorus. So yeah, let's check out the second chorus of guitar 2. So guitar 2, chorus 2, same thing as chorus 1. We're gonna do the octaves, F sharp E to B, or 4th, 2nd to 9th position. So we do that for several times more, and then when the singer stops singing, that's when you do those double stop parts again. Then right after that, we go straight into the outro, which is basically the same as the intro. Then we end on the B octave there, so 2 hits, all right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is the end of my guitar tutorial video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to make a special shout out to George from my Patreon community. Thank you so much, George, for your support, and thank you so much for requesting this song. And if you also want to support the channel as well, please check out the Patreon link in the description box below. Thanks again for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. じゃあまたね。